has rarely been as a polarizing and controversial figure as former President Barack Obama. While most of his ideology was pretty standard liberal stuff, his claim to the office of president seemed to revolve almost completely around his ethnicity. Even though Americans pride themselves in accepting a person on their merit alone, Obama made such a huge issue about his minority status that it seemed to be the only thing he was about. Obama's First Lady, Michelle Obama, has been known since her very first appearances on the national stage to double-fist it with the special exceptions, because of the fact that she is not just black, but a black woman. While most of America seemed ready to see the president and his wife as people, good, bad, or in between, they never seemed to want to let go of the perceived persecution. Even since leaving office, the former first couple can't seem to step out of the limelight and stop trying to guide the nation with their pervasive victim status. While the efforts of the famous couple might seem like their way of pitching in, those who were past ready for an administration change see their constant efforts to push Americans into continuing the Obama administration legacy of victimism highly offensive. In pursuit of their goal, Michelle Obama spoke to a group at the Women's Foundation of Colorado's Together the conference. Michelle Obama stood in front of a crowd of both young and old, predominantly women. According to American web media, Obama's topic, "Seize Your Power and Don't Let Go," has caused quite a stir throughout the nation. The topic, that sounds almost like a joke, considering how the Obamas have attempted to retain their status after leaving office, was apparently delivered with a straight face to the women assembled to learn from their oracle of all things womanly. During her interview, she spoke about the education of girls, health and nutrition for women, and how to empower the female population. She had worked on these issues as First Lady and wanted to share her insights with the crowd at Colorado's 30th anniversary of the Women's Foundation at the Pepsi Center. Michelle Obama was asked what it had been like to be the first black First Lady. She opened herself up and said, "The shards that cut me the deepest were the ones that intended to cut," she said, about people calling her an ape, and the comments about her rear end. Knowing that after 8 years of working really hard for this country, there are still people who won't see me for what I am because of my skin color. Women, we endure those cuts in so many ways that we don't even notice we're cut, she said. We are living with small tiny cuts, and we are bleeding every single day. And we're still getting up, although Obama said that women are cut from society. She said that women should embrace their scars, the small afflictions they must endure every day. Sexism, racism, bullying are damaging. And Michelle Obama wanted women to know that they are not alone. Even the First Lady felt these pains. There are many things that make up a successful and well-adjusted adult. However, one of them always has to be focusing on the future and getting past any harms that might have happened to you in the past. Even if every single slight or cut that Michelle Obama talks about had really happened to her, it would be entirely unhealthy for her to focus on them, and to ask others to focus on them constantly. Of course, difficult topics have to be addressed by leadership, but if there was ever a badge of approval that Americans could put on a person's ethnicity, electing them to be the President of the United States would have to be it. Did everyone love the Obamas? No, but for most conservatives, it had nothing to do with the color of their skin and everything to do with the intention of their politics. During her interview, Obama stayed away from politics until she decided to take some pot shots at the current president. She warned people not to fall into the notion that the nation is divided or falling apart. Instead, She encouraged people to remember that America is a new country that is constantly growing and improving, despite apparent setbacks. The people in this country are universally good and kind and honest and decent, she said. Don't be afraid of the country you live in. The folks here are good. Part of the frustration that Americans had with the Obama's time in office is the fact that they didn't find the first couple's representation of the nation to be accurate. Their portrayal of America as something that needs to be apologized for, or explained away to the next generation is not the way we see our country. America, in general, has pride in this country as something we can show off, not something we have to be ashamed of. It would have been nice to see that in our leadership as well.